weekend to celebrate Mardi Gras 2019 festival. It's an absolute delight to have one of the most inspiring leading artists who has been documenting the LGBTQI community in pictures for over a decade. I am so honoured to welcome artist, photographer, and the founder of Colours of Our Community, Markham Lane. Welcome to 2RRR 88.5 FM.
Thank you, Michael. It's an absolute pleasure to be here.
It's an honour to have you in the studio right now, with me right now. So, look, happy Mardi Gras Festival.
Happy Mardi Gras to you too. And what an amazing festival it's been so far. Just last night, actually, I was at the Seymour Centre to see the opening performance of Club Briefs, which was a truly mesmerising, captivating, kind of queer disco extravaganza of performances that was totally unexpected. And then afterwards, inside the Seymour Centre, the bar there was set up as Mardi Gras Central, and everybody just continued to party on, and it was just so much fun. Yeah.
So you can feel the Mardi Gras coming on.
I'm definitely feeling the spirit,
yes,
for sure.
Absolutely. You're actually official photographer for Mardi Gras.
I am. I'm just very blessed to be provided with that honour, and I've been doing that since 2013. And just recently, in fact, I shot the Mardi Gras Fair Day, which was just an amazing, again, bigger and better every year. It just gets bigger and better, and it's just so great to see actually how it was a true melting pot of diversity and equality and love. And it didn't really matter what your sexuality was. Everyone was there just having an amazing time, and it was incredibly electric. And it featured actually Electric Fields, who were the runners-up for from the Eurovision Song Contest, and their energy is just unbelievable. Yeah, I'm almost lost for words with it. Yeah.
Well, this year's theme for Mardi Gras is fearless.
Yes.
What does fearless mean to you?
Right. So I guess when I first came out 30 years ago, it was about being proud and not being scared, about being authentic, and certainly a long time ago for me, it was a nerve-wracking experience in coming out, and I guess as I've got older and I've since gone beyond that, it's not about being fearless for myself. It's more about how can I stand up for people who don't have the power to stand up for themselves yet, and facilitating a way for them to understand and realise that being fearless is sometimes okay just to be a part of something while not necessarily, allowing yourself to come out of it. So, yeah, standing up for other people is very important to me.
Wise words. It's safe to say you're an icon in the LGBTQI community.
I wouldn't say that.
I would say that.
Thank you.
And you have been documenting the LGBTQI community for at least a decade.
Yes.
More than a decade. You must have so many photos. What do you plan to do with all of them?
That's such a good question. And I have actually amassed over 150,000 photos in that time, specifically on that one project. And I have 10 years ago, after 10 years of capturing these images, I kind of sat down and said, okay, it's time for me to kind of have a retrospective of what's happened. And so I created an art exhibition and a book around the theme of the Colours of Our Community. And so really Colours of Our Community started as an art project, and the exhibition and the book was part of the 2017 Sydney Mardi Gras Festival. It did exceptionally well, and so that's one thing that I do. And then these days it's to help people to see themselves. It's to help them to identify as part of a community as opposed to just their own self-identity. And so it broadens the scope and gives us the ability to see ourselves in our struggles, but also in our celebration and for our love and for how far we've come. So, and I will continue to do that, I guess, for as long as I'm going to live.
It's amazing. Congratulations. That's awesome. You have an exciting parade happening this year.
Well, it's not my parade,
Yeah,
but I am having a float in the parade. Yes, the Colours of Our Community has now morphed into a float during the Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras Parade, which is happening on the 2nd of March this year, and we are in it for the second time. Our float, because it's my 30th anniversary, I kind of wrapped a little bit of a theme around it. And when I came out 30 years ago, there was no such thing as the rainbow flag. Right, the identity, the icon of the community was the inverted pink triangle as a symbol for gay rights. So we're starting the parade with a queen who kind of, she represents the whole LGBTQI community and what it stands for. And she's a little bit androgynous, actually. She'll be wearing a massive, great big crown with Swarovski crystals all over it with a pink triangle on it. And her gown will be, it's designed in sort of an Alexander McQueen style, and really brings the pink triangle that she's going to be wearing into a fashion-forward, future-forward sort of representation. And so the crown was designed by Miguel Lamido, who was our creative production designer, and the gown itself was designed by Lewis Oswald, who was the creative director of Mardi Gras in previous years.
Okay, amazing. What can you tell us about Mardi Gras? Who's performing this year?
Oh, well, there's such a list of performers. Jake Shears and the Scissor Sisters are going to be performing, along with Kim Patras and Courtney Acton. We love Courtney. And also Panau is coming on, and they're going to be doing a show for us. And this year, Mardi Gras is actually doing shows in many rooms within the Fox Studios precinct. So it's going to be amazing.
And tickets are available still?
Yes, but they are about to sell out, I'm hearing. So
grab your tickets ASAP.
grab your tickets now.
For those aspiring to be photographers, what message do you have for them?
Yes, well, actually, I had a little photo team with me during the Mardi Gras Fair Day this year. And the one thing that I always say to anybody who's aspiring is just get out there and practice and develop your style, and set yourself targets for every time that you go out. Like, try and work, the technical elements of the camera and do a shoot specifically to test the limits of each of those technical elements, and practice, and just know that even I am still practicing. I'm still to this day learning new things, and I continually go and refresh my understanding about how to take really, really amazing technical images. Of course, in the early stages, it's really just about how do I get composition right and all that sort of thing. Don't be too hard on yourselves, though. Creatives often get very insular because they want to protect something that they're so passionate about. So I say, we'll just get out there and just keep doing it, and don't be so hard on yourselves.
And how can people stay in contact with everything that you do and your work?
Yes, well, I have a website. It's markhamimages.com, MARKHAM images.com. And also, we have a website for the Colours of Our Community, which is very simply www.coloursofOurcommunity.com.
And we have a world exclusive right now in the studio. I would love you, Markham, to introduce.
Okay, so yes, for the parade, we put together some music that we all sort of get excited about. And this is a way for us to get excited for the audience too and bring them in. And so it's kind of a 30-year mix of some of my favourite songs over that whole entire period.